Hello, my dear students. I welcome you once again to this current lecture. In the last lecture, we studied one important point from the chapter that is called as the phase diagram, or it may called as the equilibrium diagram. Now, after studying the phase diagram, now in the current lecture, we have to see what is the application of this particular phase diagram. So, for this purpose, we started here our discussion regarding this phase diagram in terms of one component system, and among this one component system we are going to study in the current lecture the water system. How this water system can be studied with the help of the phase diagram. So for this purpose we consider here the phase diagram for water system. What is meant by phase diagram for water system? What type of information we get from this particular water system? So all these points we have to study in this current lecture. So as far as this water system is considered, we know very well that this water system is called as the one component system. Why it is called as a one component system? Because if we consider all the phases present in this water system can be described with the help of one chemical composition that is called as the H2O. That is a molecular formula for the H2O. In terms of this H2O, we can describe all the phases present in this water system, and that's why this particular water system is called as the one component system. Now, as far as this water system is considered, if we want to study its phase diagram, so we know very well what is by the phase diagram. So as we already stated in the last lecture, this phase diagram is nothing but a diagram which depicts us the conditions for the equilibrium present between the various phases of a substance. If we consider a substance, what type of conditions can be present between the different phases of a substance, that information we will get from this particular phase diagram. So as far as this phase diagram of water system is considered, in which we have to study the relationship between the pressure of this particular water system to that of the temperature of a water system and the different phases of a particular water system. So this is the phase diagram of particular water system. So this phase diagram for water system can be classified into three important parts. That three important parts is, first important part present in this water system is called as the description of areas, description of the areas present in water system. Second important part is description of curves. Description of curves is the second important part in this water system, and the third important part in this water system is called as the triple point. Third important part is called as the triple point. So we have to study this phase diagram in terms of these are three important parts or three important sections. First is called as the description of areas. How many areas can be present in this particular water system? Second is the description of curves. How many different type of curves is present? And the last important part is a triple point. So if we know these are three important parts, it is nothing but the complete description of the water system. So we can start this discussion from the first point, that is description of areas. So as far as this phase diagram is considered, this phase diagram of water system has the different type of the areas. So three important areas can be present in this particular water system. That areas are, so first important area in this water system is called as area AOC. This is the first important area, area AOC. Second important area is the area BOC, and the third important area is area AO and B. So these are three areas are present in this water system. So just I write here area, this area. So just we have to consider these areas. So first area is a area AOC, area AOC. Second is the area AOB, area AOB is there, and the third area is there, area B, O and C. So these are three area is present in this water system. Area AOC, area AOB and area BOC. Now, as far as these areas are considered in this particular water system, we have to study these areas individually. So first of all, we consider here the first area, area A, O and C. As far as this area AOC is considered, so in this area, one phase of water system is considered, and that is nothing but the ice. So ice phase is present in area A, O and C. That's why the number of phases present in this area AOC is equal to 1. One phase is one phase is present in this area AOC. That's why we take here the value of this P is equal to 1. Value P is equal to 1 in this area. Its component we already know, C is equal to again 1. So if we substitute these values of phases and component in a equation of phase rule, then we get from this F is equal to C minus P plus 2. So value of this F comes out to be 1 minus 1 plus 2. So it comes out to be F is equal to 1. So we can say that as far as this area A, O and C is considered, within this area the degrees of freedom is equal to 1, and that's why this system is called as the monovariant system within the area A, O and C, and that's why if we want to study this system completely in this area, we require either the variable pressure or either the variable temperature. So this is only one variable is important or required in order to describe this system in this area A, O and C. In a similar way, if we take the second area now, that second area is called as area AOB. What is that area? Area A, O and B. Now as far as this area AOB is considered, in this area the phase, that is a vapor phase of this water system is considered. That's why again if we calculate its degrees of freedom by this equation, so again the value of that degrees of freedom comes out to be equal to 1, and again we can say that in this area AOB, if we want to describe the system completely, either a pressure or temperature is to be required, and that's why this system is again called as the monovariant system. And at the last, if we consider the third important area, that is area B, O and C. So in this area BOC, one phase of water is considered, that is called as the liquid water is present, or liquid phase of a water system is considered. That's why again this is called as the monovariant system, because F is equal to 1. Again we require here either temperature or pressure in order to describe completely this area BOC. So in a short we can say that three important areas are present in this water system: area AOB, area AOC and area BOC. In all these three areas, a given phase of a water system is considered, and for this purpose the total number of phases in all these areas is equal to 1. Their component is equal to 1. That's why the degrees of freedom in all these three areas is equal to 1, and that's why the system present in these three areas is called as the monovariant system, and that's why we require either the variable temperature or pressure in order to complete description of the system within these three different areas. So this is the first important part present in this particular water system, that is called as the description of areas. After the completion of this description of areas, the second important part present in this particular phase diagram is called as the description of curves. So these curves we have to consider now. How many different type of the curves are present in this particular water phase diagram of water system? So if we look toward this particular phase diagram for this water system, it has the four different type of the curves. Four different type of the curves are present. So the first important curve present in this particular phase diagram is a curve OA. The first important curve is a curve OA. So I just write here curve OA. This is the first important curve. Second important curve is curve OB. Second important curve is a curve OB. The third important curve is there, curve OC. Sorry, the third important in this case it is a line OC is there. It is a line OC. It is the line OC, and the fourth important one is dotted OD. That is a dotted curve OD. This is the dotted curve OD. Dotted curve OD. So these are four different type of the curves are present in this particular phase diagram for this particular water system. Curve OA, curve OB, curve OC, line OC, and dotted curve OD. Now we have to discuss here what is the degrees of freedom of this particular four different type of the curves, how many phases are present over these curves, and what are the required variables in order to describe completely these particular phases, so these particular curves. Now first curve we are going to study here, that is a curve OA. Now as far as this curve O is present, curve O and A, so whenever these type of the curves are present, so these curves have the two different type of the phases in equilibrium with each other. For example, if we consider curve OA, so along this curve O and A, two different type of the phases of a particular water system is present. That is nothing but the vapor phase of the water system is in a equilibrium with the ice phase of a particular water system, because in a downward side of this curve OA, vapor phase is present, while in the upper part of this curve OA, ice phase of a water system is considered. That's how we can say that along the curve OA, a equilibrium is present between vapor to that of ice phase of the particular system. This type of equilibrium is present between the vapor phase and ice phase of a particular water system. That's why the total number of phases along this curve OA is equal to 2. And as phases is equal to 2, if we solve here this degrees of freedom, this P is equal to 2 now, and we know very well C is equal to 1. So if we calculate its F, that is 1 minus 2 plus 2, sorry. So if we calculate here this particular degrees of freedom, the phases is equal to 2, its component is equal to 1. So if we substitute all these particular values in a given equation of phase rule, then what happens in this case? In this case, we take here P is equal to 2, C is equal to 1. If we substitute these values in given equation, F is equal to 1 here, and that's how we can say that the curve OA, along this curve OA, the system is called as the monovariant system. Before that, one correction is there. In this first case, we studied here different areas. In these different areas, we take here phases is equal to 1, component is equal to 1. So now in this case, if we solve this equation, that value must be comes out to be equal to 2. So by mistake, I tell here 1, but this value comes out to be 2 for this different type of the areas. So by mistake, I take here F is equal to 1, but actually it is a F equal to 2. So again make one correction. Whenever these type of the areas are to be considered, that system present in this area is called as the bivariant system, and we require here two variables, temperature as well as the pressure. So now we are discussing here this first curve OA. So in this curve OA, what happens? Phases is equal to 2, component is equal to 1, that's why F is equal to 1, and that's why the system along this curve OA is called as the monovariant system. We require either a pressure or temperature in order to describe completely the system along this curve OA. And this curve OA, whenever we consider these two phases in equilibrium, ice to that of the vapor, we can say that this curve is called as the sublimation curve, because the vapor is in equilibrium with the ice. So this is the first important curve in this phase diagram of water system. The second important curve is called as the curve OB. Now, as far as this curve OB is considered, so along this curve OB, two phases of a system is in equilibrium. One is called as a water is in equilibrium with the vapor. You can say that water is in a equilibrium with its vapor. So in this case also the number of phases is equal to 2 and component is equal to 1. So again if we solve the equation, that is a phase rule equation, again value of F comes out to be equal to 1. That's why again we can say here the system present along this curve OB is called as the monovariant system. And if we consider now the third curve, curve OB, sorry, curve OC. So along this curve line OC, along this line OC, the two different phases of water is in equilibrium. Ice is in equilibrium with the water. Ice is in equilibrium with the water. So we can say that again number of phases is equal to 2, number of components is equal to 1, and that's why the total degrees of freedom for this system is equal to 1. So again we can say that the system along this curve line OC is called as the monovariant system. We require either pressure or temperature in order to complete description of the system. And at the last curve present, that is called as the dotted curve OD. Dotted curve O and D is there. So this dotted curve OD is called at this, or as far as this dotted curve OD is considered, it is nothing but the extension of, it is the extension of the curve BO. If you can look toward this curve BO, so this curve OD is called as extension. It is extension of curve BO. So along this curve DO, along this curve or OD we write here, along the curve dotted curve OD, a one equilibrium is present, and that is called as the metastable equilibrium. In this case, one metastable equilibrium is there. Metastable equilibrium. Metastable equilibrium is there. Now this metastable equilibrium is present in between the water phase to that of the vapor phase of a particular water system. Water to that of vapor phase of a particular water system. So this particular dotted curve OD is called as the extension of the curve BO, and along this curve OD one equilibrium is present, and that is called as the metastable equilibrium between the water phase, that is liquid phase of a particular water system, to that of its vapor phase. So these are the four different curves present in this particular water system: curve OA, curve OB, curve OC, and the dotted curve OD. And all these curves having a system of the type monovariant system, we require one of the variable to describe it completely, either pressure or either temperature. Now we are at the last phase of this phase diagram, that is called as the third important part present in this particular system is called as the triple point. So just I erase it. The third important part present in this particular water system is called as the triple point. The third important part, that is a triple point. Now as far as this triple point is present, triple point is considered, this triple point is present in this particular water system. One triple point is present in this particular water system. That point is called as the point O. This point O is called as the triple point. Now question arises, why this point O is called as a triple point? So name itself indicate that a point that is a triple means three things are in a there at that particular point. So we can say that if we look toward this phase diagram of the water system, at the point O, three different phases are in equilibrium with each other. First is the ice phase of water, second is the liquid water, and third is called as the vapor phase of the particular water. So we can say that the point at which three phases are in equilibrium with each other of the water system, that point is called as the triple point. So across this triple point, three phases are in equilibrium, that is ice is in equilibrium with water, that is liquid water, it is in equilibrium with its vapor phase. It is in equilibrium with its vapor phase. So you can say that three phases are to be present, that is P is equal to 3, component is equal to 1. That's why if we calculate its degrees of freedom, C minus P plus 2, that is equal to 3 minus, sorry, 1 minus 3 plus 2. So if we solve this particular simple equation, the value of F comes out to be equal to 0, and that's why the system that is present at this point, triple point, is called as the non-variant system. It is called as the non-variant system. So at this situation, we can say that this triple point O can be obtained only at a fixed temperature and fixed pressure. So for this triple point, the temperature required is equal to 0.01 degrees centigrade, while the pressure required is called as the 4.58 Armstrong unit. Sorry, 4.58 atmosphere in the unit of mm of Hg. So this type of pressure and temperature is to be required for obtaining such a type of the triple point, and the system present at this triple point is called as the non-variant system. So these are the three important parts present in this particular water system: description of areas, description of curves, the last important point that is called as the triple point. After that, we have to study one simple point, that as far as this phase diagram of a water system is considered, it has one important applications, that we can study the different type of the changes in terms of the phase. As far as the phase is considered, the different phases are considered, we can study them with the help of such a type of the phase diagram. For this purpose, suppose consider here the three important points: point x, point x, point y, and point z. So if we consider these are three different points, so first of all, if we consider here x, so at this x, what happens? If we consider this point x, along this x, we can say that it has the some given pressure and a particular given temperature. So at this temperature, if we go from this x toward this y, if we go from point x towards this point y, what we can change here? Just we change the temperature. Just we change the temperature, keeping pressure constant. Keeping pressure constant. So what happens? From going from x toward this y, temperature going on increasing, and initially what happens? At this point x, ice phase is present, but gradually what happens? Temperature going on increasing, and we know that as the temperature increases, the melting of the ice can be takes place. So at the higher temperature, this melting process of this ice can be started. This going on increasing, when we get towards, or when you obtain the point y, along this point y, what happens? There is a equilibrium. There is a equilibrium between the ice phase of a water system to that of the liquid water, and that's why at this point y, what happens? The equilibrium can be takes place. As this process can be going on, the temperature remains constant. When the total conversion of ice into water can be takes place, after that this temperature again going on increasing towards this right hand side. After that, what happens? Only water system is present, and when we obtain the point z, when you obtain the point z, at which we can say that the point is obtained that is called as the temperature of 100 degrees centigrade. After that, one phase is obtained that is called as a vapor phase, because at this 100 degrees centigrade, we know that there is a equilibrium between the this water to that of the vapor phase of a particular water system, and that's why at this point z, again there is one equilibrium is obtained. So in a short, we can say that this phase diagram has one important applications. As you go from point x toward this y toward this z, we get the different type of the chemical changes in terms of the phases of the water system is considered, and all these information we get from such a type of the phase diagram. And that's why we describe the water system completely by taking into consideration the pressure change or temperature change, and that is very important for us for the complete study of the system. So in the current lecture, we studied one important point from the chapter, that is called as the one component system, and especially we studied here water system with the help of the phase diagram. So this is the phase diagram for this water system. This phase diagram of water system can be studied with the help of two important parameter. One is called as the pressure of the particular water system, and second is called as the temperature of the water system. So this phase diagram of water system can be divided into three important parts. First is called as a description of areas. Three important areas is there: area AOC, area AOB, and area BOC. All these areas have only one type of the phase, and that's why the degrees of freedom for all these three areas is equal to 2, and that's why the system present in these three areas is called as the bivariant system. The second important part in this phase diagram is called as the description of curves. Four different curves are present: curve OA, curve OC, curve OB, and the dotted curve OD. So along each and every these four curves, two phases are in equilibrium, and that's why along this curve, four different curves, the f is equal to 1, and that's why it is called as the monovariant system. And at the last, one important part from this water phase diagram of water system is called as the triple point. It is called as a triple point because three different phases are in equilibrium with each other. Namely, ice is in equilibrium with the water, and water is in equilibrium with the vapor. That's why for such a type of the equilibrium, the value of f comes out to be equal to 0. And that's why the system at this triple point is called as the non-variant system. We require a fixed temperature and a fixed pressure in order to obtain such a type of the triple point. So this is important point called as the one component system or phase diagram for the water system. Remaining different systems we will study in a next lecture. So with this, I stop here. Thank you so much.